I'm James Kramer. I'm going to be giving you guys a lesson today on American dialects. Okay? I know that you guys have been at Job Corps for a couple months. Some of you have been in this country for a couple of years. Some of you just came to this country. I know you come from different parts of the world. In America, the English language is spoken quite differently throughout the country. What people speak in San Francisco, in every region you go to, they'll say, I don't have a dialect. I speak regular English. Okay? But you go across the country and you speak that regular English somewhere else, and people can identify you as being from a different place. Okay? I talk really fast. I have an accent that comes out from time to time because I'm from a place called Philadelphia. Okay, you guys all had off on school on July 4th, correct? For your holiday, okay? Big American holiday, Independence Day. That Declaration of Independence was signed in Philadelphia. It's my belief that Philadelphia's most important days were 200 years ago. And I had to take a trip back to Philadelphia recently. And plane tickets are always expensive because nobody goes to Philadelphia unless you have to. Okay? Now, what we're going to talk about is dialects. Okay? These are ways of saying, cultural-based or regional-based ways of speaking a language. Okay? Later on, I'm going to give you guys a worksheet. Hopefully, you can give me some insight on the dialects from your country. Words that people say one way that sounds funny to you because you don't say it that way. Okay? Now, I have here a sample of the Philadelphia accent. Do you guys know where Philadelphia is? Is it close to San Francisco? It's on the other side of the country. Okay, I don't know if we have a map here. I think we do. Huh? We are here. Mr. Kramer comes from here. Okay? So how many thousands of people are speaking differently than Mr. Kramer? Okay? Listen carefully now. See if you can hear these accents.
I grew up in Bucks County, and I grew up saying steam and water and all that kind of stuff. And then it got less strong when I went away to college in Ohio because people were just making fun of me for it, like saying water and calling the sprinkles on ice cream jimmies. And then when I came back, I decided I wanted to pick it back up again. And so I made the videos as I was rediscovering my own accent. We don't say the letter L the same way everybody else does. We make it in the back front row like we're swallowing it. Water. The Delaware River is full of water.
I have a friend in Pittsburgh with a radio show. I go on about 3 or 4 times here, and every time I go on, I have to say one phrase. Tiger Woods hit the ball in the water. And apparently, that defines me being from Philadelphia. So,
What L?
When you go order a cheesesteak, right? Some people from out of town would say, I guess, can I get a Philadelphia cheesesteak with whiz? It'd be like whiz wit.
Get out. Give me 2 whiz wit. It's gonna be 17. Street. This street is street.
well, we're going to go uptown.
Take Broad Street north. You want to go to Passion Night, the Italian market, you make a right on Passion Avenue.
A diphthong when you mash 2 words together. So Broad Street becomes one word, Broad Street.
Illinois. You don't understand sometimes how I talk. You don't understand me. I say water and he says water. I say broad, he says water. I don't know how he says it. It's different.
Every once in a while, somebody will bring up and say, you know, you're not saying that right, or, oh, you're from Philadelphia. I kind of consider it like a badge of honor. So I don't look at it the wrong way. I look at it the positive way. Kind of like the mufflers and cheesesteaks and pretzels.
Do you guys know any of these actors or actresses? Do you recognize any of them? There's 5 famous actors on there. Only one of them does not come from Philadelphia. Do you guys know, have any guess which one? Are you familiar with him? Will Smith comes from Philadelphia. Uh-huh. Bill Cosby comes from Philadelphia. Tina Fey from Saturday Night Live comes from Philadelphia. Mhm. That's Richard Gere. No. Okay, I wish. Right? Okay. The only person on that list is Sylvester Stallone. He does not come from Philadelphia. He's famous, made Philadelphia famous for the Rocky movies. Okay. I have some pictures of me as a kid pretending I'm Rocky running in Philadelphia. Okay. You see these? This here is there. Okay. Why doesn't anybody know whether someone comes from Philadelphia or not? Most famous Philadelphians, when they make it big, drop their Philadelphia accent. Okay? A Philadelphia accent, Philadelphia dialect, is perceived to be negative. Okay? I put some words up on the board. Okay? I want you guys, hopefully you know these words. Do you guys know what an aunt is? Okay, what is an aunt? Your mom's sister is an aunt. Okay? In Philadelphia, your mom's sister is an ant. What is an ant? It's a little critter that runs on the ground, right? Okay? Right? So what's your aunt doing? Right? Well, I don't care about my aunt. Okay? Ant. Do you guys know this word? If I were to drive through the country, I would take a route. Right? In Philadelphia, it's a route. Okay? What's a route? Another thing that's on the ground that probably has ants on it. Correct? Okay? Do you guys know this word? Theater. You go to the movies. Okay? You see movies in a theater. If you're in Philadelphia, you see movies in a theater. Right? You guys know what caramel is? Candy, right. Okay? In Philadelphia, it's caramel. Caramel. No A. What about this word? Water. Okay? In Philadelphia, the dialect is wooder. 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 Okay? Treasure Island's around a lot of wooder. Okay? Okay? What's this word? Orange. Okay? What's orange in here? That? Right? Do you see anything in here that's what's the word? Orange. Okay, you're from Philadelphia because that's how they say it. All right? The correct English for the word orange is orange. Okay? I still say orange. I can't not say that. There are no hard vowels in Philadelphia. There's soft vowels. Everything runs together. That's why we say wooder. Right? Wouldn't it be great if the wooder was orange? Huh? Pecan. Or nuts. Pecans. That's what I say. Right? That one's a tough one. That kind of varies. Okay? You guys are wearing tennis shoes, right? Yes? Right? Well, they used to call these Bobos, right? But in Philadelphia, they don't call them tennis shoes, they call them sneakers. Right? Differences, okay? But my point is, when I moved out here when I was a kid, they thought I was really strange because I talked differently. Not everybody in Philadelphia talks that way, but only people from Philadelphia talk that way, okay? It's a dialect. There's reasons why that happened. People settle, people come from different countries, okay? People are isolated for a while. That's how dialects happen. Every country on earth has different dialects, okay? Now, giving you guys a handout here. What I want you to do is, you guys are well traveled. I have a worksheet that has a map of the United States. Okay? You guys can split here. What I want you to do is, in different regions, okay? Which part of the country do you think people speak the most proper English? Right? Okay? So Philadelphia is right here. We don't speak proper English. What I want you to do is score from 1 to 10 how proper their English is. Okay? Since Mr. Chance is your teacher and he's a fine linguist, San Francisco would be a 10. Correct? Okay? For those of you that live in other parts of the country, think about how they might speak there. Okay? Do you guys know about Texas?
Yes.
Texas, right? Right? Texas, is that how they talk? Is that proper English? Depends on your point of view. Okay? It's tough. Now, I have an additional handout that maybe you guys can help me with.
Home country. Yeah, China. Mandarin.
Are these maps correct? What I've given you, what's that? Chinese? Right? Yes, correct, right? Okay. Now, with your respective maps, when you look at these areas, these regions, in your home country, do people speak differently in parts of your home country?
Yes.
Mandarin is in the north, correct? Cantonese in the south, okay? Do you have associations? Do you guys know that word? Do you know what a stereotype means? Okay, a belief about someone. They say Philadelphians are rude, they're mean. They're not mean, they just have a really big heart and you better not mess with them because they wear their heart on their sleeve. Okay? Do you have attitudes about people that come from different parts of your homeland that speak differently from you? Yeah? Is there slang? Do you guys know what slang means? Okay, I know some Cantonese slang. You guys know that, right? Okay. Are there words that are spoken differently? Can anybody give an example of a word from their home country that is spoken differently by people in that country? Does anybody have an example? I gave you some here, right? Think about it. In your language.
English are like our own language or English.
You can say it in your own language, and if you can tell me what it means, okay? Okay? My point is, dialects are everywhere, aren't they? Okay? Can you travel throughout your home country, and will people understand you? Some, a little bit. to some degree? Do you have the feeling that people sound different wherever you go? Maybe? Okay. What I want you to think about in the next couple minutes, and you can put this on the back of your paper, are there words that people say that sound different to you, even though it's your own language? Okay, does everyone understand that? Okay. Aunt, route, okay? Are there any words that you can think of in your native language that people pronounce differently depending on where they come from? Okay.
Inteligente in Spanish. Is this different sound or is the same word?
So what are the two pronunciations? A perfect example.
Yeah.
So people pronounce that word differently.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they pronounce it differently throughout Latin America? Different ways of saying it?
Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the differences? Can you share that with us?
Inteligente. And in English is intelligent.
Okay. Do people pronounce that differently in Spanish?
Yeah, different Spanish.
Okay. That is a cognate. If you're having trouble, what you can do is you can pick 3 of those words I have on the board, because you construct an English sentence, and I will read it in Philadelphia. And if you're having trouble with that, go.
If you have to go, you can go.
This is going to be the last thing that we do. There's Mandarin here, right? Yeah, Cantonese. If someone from northern China comes to Guangzhou, people from Guangzhou, okay? And they speak Cantonese. Okay. Will you understand? You can speak both, okay? When you speak Mandarin, do people know that Cantonese is your third language? They do. Okay. How can they tell? You have a dialect. You have an accent. Okay. Where you come from determines how you speak. Correct. Okay. When you're here and you go to Chinatown, do you notice a difference with the way people speak? Someone that was born here that speaks Chinese, do you notice a difference between first generation who are here and native Chinese speakers and the way they talk, the way they speak? Do you hear when I speak Cantonese? Right? Okay. Can you understand what I'm saying? Kind of. Okay. I have a dialect, an accent. Okay. Everyone in every one of these countries has a regional dialect. Okay. Are there attitudes? How do you guys feel about people that come from different parts of your country? Do you have an attitude about that? Do you have beliefs about that? No? Do some people have beliefs about that? Negative or bad?
I choose is, can you come? I choose. And I choose. When we say like how we talk
In this country, you come from the West Coast, they think you're from the East Coast, I think you're These are different attitudes.
Right now?
Can you guys do one more thing? Do you understand any of the words that are on the board? Orange, water. Can you guys write me a sentence using one of those words? In the water, orange. Can you guys write me a sentence on the list? Where do you come from?
The mess.
Different dialects, exactly, that's right. So you can tell when someone is from Ethiopia when they're speaking in Eritrea, there's a different, that's my point, right, there's different dialects, they're speaking the same language. When you guys travel, and this is the concluding point, people's English is going to sound different to you, okay? There's a standard English that everybody speaks, but people have different dialects. Okay? If you repeat, have a person slow down when they talk, you should be able to understand. Okay? Thank you. Yeah, that's great.
The
Okay.
Mandarin is different.
What's that?
Yeah.
For grandparent? Okay.
That
perfect.
means come here. This is the Cantonese and this is the Mandarin. Different. Yeah. Yup, like.
Mine is like we used to speak this language, but like in Dharan and
How to say it?
Kathmandu, like that one is like big city in the Nepal, and how they talk is like I choose is can you come here, and we say is aunhosna. It's a little bit different. Yeah, but yeah, that one is how we talk. But if you stay here, you need to talk like I choose na, like you can have or can you come here, like. But when we are in our like home city, we need to talk like aunhosna. Yeah, it's a little bit longer one.
Japanese? Yeah, like Japanese.
When you hear that, you know where that person comes from, right? Okay, perfect. That's exactly it. Okay? And what happens is, people tend to think the way that they speak.
Oh, you want me to
is
read
better,
this?
Right? So we have attitudes.
My
right?
aunt
We have
drinks
perceptions
water
about
from an
people that
orange
speak
cup.
differently about us, okay?
My
And
aunt
that
eats
happens here.
caramel candy when on break.
Okay? So when you're learning English,
So
you're
these
gonna
are the words right here.
experience it, you're gonna talk to
Water,
people,
he was
say
talking
their
about.
words rather differently.
Orange,
Very similar to what you're talking
or
about,
aunt,
okay?
or
And you're gonna
aunt,
get perceptions
aunt,
from them. What I like
caramel.
about this is, you guys haven't been throughout the country, and you're learning standard English. Okay? And everywhere people have some sort of accent. Okay? We're good. You guys hungry? Yeah? Yeah, price of admission? Okay. Can you share with me what you worked on?
Okay, mine is like aunhosna, like I'm in Thorai. When I was in Nepal, I was in Thorai region, and how we talk is like aunhosna, like in the main city. Like I'm from village area. From the main city, they talk is like aishosna is a little bit different. Like we talk aunhosna and they talk aishosna. It's a little bit different.
Perfect. When you hear that, you know where they come from instantly.
No.
Not necessarily, but they're from a different place.
Yeah, but when we went to Dharan or Kathmandu, we have to talk like aishosna, khaishosna, because we already learned how we have to talk when we are in city. So that's how I learned.
Perfect.
Thank
Great.
you.
Fantastic. Let's get a lady here had a. You both did, yeah.
Yoga. Kana. Next one. What can I say?
You told me the grandmother, right? There's two different words for grandmother, same language.
Ethiopia and Eritrea, but like different sound like grandma and gram. But I know people come from if you speak like different sound. I know where it come from.
Perfect. Did you guys have anything? Well, she had one too. Okay.
Okay, in Mexico, the central is different for Salvador and Guatemala because, and the welcome in Spanish is permiso, and the Salvador is permiso.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. All right. Any comments, you guys? No?
Yo.
No, nothing.
Okay. You still working, you guys? No? It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Miss Silva.